Yo guys, what's going on, and welcome to the December week's Marquee Matchups. Now, for those of you that have been completely oblivious to the world of FIFA, Marquee Matchups is one of those squad builder challenges where FIFA aim to incorporate two big teams facing off in the real world against each other on FIFA for a squad builder challenge for you to build a team around in order to attain some unique rewards, either players, packs or cash, or maybe a combination of all three, and that is Marquee Matchup squad builder challenges. This video is looking at predicting what Marquee Matchup teams might there be in the first week of December, commencing on the 4th or 5th December, depending on which way you look at it. First up, which I believe might potentially be in this weekend's Marquee Matchups, is another Turkish League one, and that's being Fenerbahce versus Besiktas. This is a Turkish football rivalry between two of the most successful clubs in the Super League, and it is also a local derby featuring two Istanbul clubs, which is the capital of Turkey. Damn, geography facts. Now again here, I'm going to be looking at players that might be cheap. You're probably going to need a combination of golds and silvers if this does pop up, simply because of the fact there's a sheer lack of gold players in this league, which I do believe I previously mentioned in a Marquee Matchups before. So looking at those low end discard price sort of players like 650 Fernando might be a good shout. Van Persie, a high rated striker, ex-United. But basically you want to be looking at those low end sort of discard price players that you might want to pick up in order to be able to feature in that Marquee Matchup squad builder. And if for people like me, you're not actually trying to complete the squad builder challenges, you're just simply trying to make a massive profit, you do want to invest in those low end sort of players like him there. 600 coins, easy peasy, in the bag. He might go up to potentially 2,000 coins at the weekend, who knows. It depends if this league gets featured in the squad builder challenge Marquee Matchups, and if it does, you can guarantee that all low end sort of discard price players will go through the roof, simply because of the fact everyone will be purchasing it to try and complete that squad builder challenge. Second up, and this one needs no introduction whatsoever, I do believe on the Saturday in the first week of December, on the 5th of December, the El Clasico, arguably the two biggest teams in world football, but definitely the two biggest teams in Spanish football, in the form of Barcelona and Real Madrid. Now, for this league, you probably want to look at investing as many cheap low-end Barcelona Real Madrid players as you possibly can, because they are going to rock it. But generally in this league, any low-end sort of cheap player that you can find, you want to purchase, because you can be sure enough of this one will be featured on the weekend. If this doesn't feature on the weekend league, if this doesn't feature the weekend for the squad builder challenges, I don't know. I just don't know about FIFA anymore. But El Clasico, arguably the biggest derby in world football. So if this isn't featured in Marquee Matchups, I don't know what to say. But you do want to invest in low-end players for Barcelona and Real Madrid both. And you're just generally in the league, any cheap low-end, probably 650 sort of players, but obviously if they're rare gold, anyone on that sort of mark is the ideal one to go for, because you can be assured by the fact that their prices are going to go through the roof, because the El Clasico is definitely going to be on there. I don't think there's much second doubt about that one. Thirdly, in the Eredivisie, the Dutch league, we are now featuring the Feyenoord versus Sparta Rotterdam game. This is also known as the Rotterdam Derby, and what the Rotterdam Derby is two of three potential teams in the Rotterdam area, and those three teams are Feyenoord, Sparta Rotterdam and Excelsior. If any two of those three teams are playing, that can be considered the Rotterdam Derby. So this is a prime contender to be in Marquee Matchups, since it is a huge Dutch derby. You can already see here players are starting to go a little bit up because it is the Monday. People will start to be cutting on a little bit, so prices will start to go up a little bit with Elia there. A great one to have, 650 coins already been bid on, but for ideally either Feyenoord or Sparta Rotterdam, but anyone in the Dutch league will do, because it's obviously always going to be featured around the league as a whole and not just the two teams in question. Next up is the Derby della Capitale, and for those of you who don't know what that is Lazio versus Roma. It is a local footballing derby in the city of Rome between Lazio and Roma, and if I'm not mistaken, it is considered the biggest and fiercest intercity derby in the country. So again, same principle applies. You want to be looking at low end sort of discard price players in this league that you can pick up nice and cheap there. 650 goalkeepers are always going to be wanted, so if you can pick up a few cheeky goalkeepers, you're in business. But again, ideally if you can pick up any from Lazio and Roma, that would be fantastic on your behalf around that sort of squad price mark, because then players will go through the roof. But like I said previously, it doesn't matter because the league as a whole will go through the roof if this is featured. So you want to get your hands on any cheap loan players you can in this league to be guaranteed of some filthy profits. With regards to the main fixtures, that's all for this weekend. There are some other questionable ones which I found, which are Porto versus Braga, which is a big Portuguese game. It's not a derby, it's not really a rivalry, but it's a big game in the Portuguese league between Porto and Braga. That is in the Portuguese league for any of those of you who are interested in potentially investing in that league between Porto and Braga. Secondly, which I don't believe this would be featured because it was played last night, that is in the Japanese league between Urawa Reds and Kashima Antlers, I do believe. Apparently that's a big derby in that league. I don't know anything about Japanese football, I'm not gonna lie. So I've heard that's a big game in the Japanese, and it's also some sort of big Japanese cup. Or don't ask me, but apparently it's a prime derby in that league. So that's also based on the fact of it being derby and rivalry, Squad Builder Challenge marquee matchups. That has the possibility to be featured in the weekend league. And the final one that I found that could be potentially featured in the weekend league, which I don't personally see as being one, but it has the possibility to be, is Seattle versus Colorado in the MLS, the American Football League, or Major League Soccer for any of those American people watching this. That also has that slight little chance of being featured in the Marquee Matchups Weekend Squad Builder Challenge. So for any team that you want to invest in, please remember the fact that this all has risk. I won't be 100% right. No one's really ever 100% right. When investing, there's always a risk. There's always that risk that you might lose money. I can't take any blame for that. It's you that's making the investments. I feel like I have to put that disclaimer in all the time because I do sometimes get a few messages going, oh, you were wrong about this one, you were wrong about that one, I've lost money because of it. I'm not going to get every single one right. It's your money to risk. What I try to do is predict it so that it's minimal risk. This is risk, but it's as minimal as risk can be, because if you invest in every single one, you are guaranteed profits, just maybe not profits on every single league. So just bear that in mind, please. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Please drop me a like if you did, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace.